Imagine finding out that the exact day you are most likely to get a massive lucky break at work. Well, it is also the day your chart points to hidden fears bubbling up in your love life.
Right. It is definitely a lot to handle all at once.
Yeah, it is. Welcome back to Horoscope TV.
Thank you. It is great to be here looking at this new data.
Usually when we talk about planning your week, there is this expectation of just like putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, just making steady progress.
Right. It feels like walking up a steady hill. You wake up, you do your work, you pay your bills, you go to sleep.
It is a very predictable rhythm for most people.
Exactly. But then you look at the astrological data for this specific week, and that steady hill just completely disappeared.
It is gone.
Yeah. We are looking at a forecast that is honestly a study in extreme whiplash.
It really is a massive energy shift.
Yeah.
I mean, the planets are lining up in a way that creates a very intense story this time.
A really intense story.
Yeah. And as we analyze the data, we can see a clear path. The week is marked by a journey from quiet, deep thinking and careful planning at the very start to a bright explosion of loud, lucky, and highly social energy by the time we reach the weekend.
Wow. Okay. And that is exactly our mission for today. We are going to completely unpack the customized astrological data just for you, our hardworking Capricorn listener.
Right, for the week of March 16 to March 22, 2026.
Yes, a highly eventful week.
Yeah.
Because when I look at the data, the best way I can describe this week to you is, well, think about pulling back a slingshot.
Oh, I like that. That is a very fitting image for what the planets are doing right now.
Right. Think about how a slingshot actually works. The first few days of this week, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they are all about pulling that rubber band back.
Yeah, building up the potential.
Exactly. You have to pull it back toward yourself. You focus inward. You gather your strength. You take a deep breath. And it feels like you are holding all this heavy tension.
Yes, and you are standing still, but you are loaded with stored power.
Which is, a feeling that Capricorns know very well, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
Taking things seriously, preparing, holding the weight of responsibility. I mean, Capricorns are an earth sign.
Right. Very grounded.
Yeah, and they are ruled by the planet Saturn. And Saturn is the planet of rules, hard work, and time. So standing still and holding tension is totally familiar territory for you.
Yes. But then the second half of the week arrives. The weekend hits.
And that is the release.
Exactly. That is when you finally let go of the leather pouch. The rubber band snaps. You zoom forward into success and joy. You fly.
You stop holding the tension and you just let the stored power do the work for you.
I love that. So what does this all mean for you listening right now?
Well, it means a big change is coming.
Right. If you have been feeling stuck lately, or, if you have been feeling stressed out from carrying too much weight on your shoulders, I want to remind you that this specific week holds the perfect mix of planetary events to completely clear the air.
It really is designed to bring total joy and secure success to your life.
But only if you know how to handle the rough spots early on, right?
Right, exactly. You have to handle the tension first. So let us look closely at how this journey actually begins on Monday, March 16th, because Monday really sets the tone for the entire week.
Okay, Monday, March 16th. So this day is all about digging deep, talking straight, and finding quiet.
Yes.
The week kicks off with the moon entering the sign of Pisces. And at the exact same time, the planet Mercury is forming a tough angle, what we call a square, with a point in the sky known as Lilith.
We definitely need to spend some time breaking down what that combination means.
Yeah, please do.
Because the astrological data shows this brings a totally structured, highly communicative energy right to your front door. It highlights your hopes and your public projects.
Wait, let's slow down and explain the pieces here. Because Pisces is a water sign, right?
Yes, Pisces is water.
And Capricorn, well, you are an earth sign. So when you mix water and earth, you either get a muddy mess where you get totally stuck, or you get fertile soil where a beautiful garden can grow.
That is a great way to look at it.
So what is happening with the moon moving into this watery sign?
Well, the moon moves fast. It rules our daily feelings, our moods, and our natural reactions to things.
Okay.
When it moves into Pisces, it brings a very gentle, emotional, and dreamy energy. So for a practical earth sign like Capricorn, this waters your soil.
So it makes the garden grow.
Exactly. It highlights your hopes for the future and your big public projects. You will find real success by working hard on brilliant things that other people can actually see. Your public life shines very brightly.
Okay, but at the same time, Pisces energy is deeply private, isn't it? It is very sensitive.
It is. It is very inward focused.
So while you are shining in public, your physical and mental health are going to demand quiet time for your personal goals.
Yes, absolutely. Your body and your mind will crave a quiet corner to just rest and recover.
But this raises a practical question for me. How are you supposed to focus on public success and brilliant work projects while also needing quiet time and dealing with heavy feelings?
That sounds totally contradictory.
It does. Is that not like trying to drive a car on a busy, fast highway while trying to unfold and read a complicated map at the exact same time?
It totally sounds like a recipe for a crash, doesn't it?
Yeah, a huge crash.
But what is so fascinating here is how the data connects these two opposite needs.
How so?
To drive the car to your destination safely, well, you have to know where you are going. Reading the map is the quiet time.
Yeah.
You cannot just drive blind.
Right. That makes sense.
And that tension between driving and reading the map brings us to the other major event on Monday. Mercury is in a square position with Lilith.
Okay, let's unpack this for the listener, because Mercury is the planet of how we talk, how we text, and how we process information, right?
Yeah.
It is basically the messenger.
Exactly. Mercury is the talker and the thinker. Now, Lilith is a little different.
Right.
Lilith is not actually a physical planet. In the data, Lilith is a mathematical point in space related to the moon's orbit. And in myth and astrology, Lilith represents the hidden things. She represents our deep desires, our wild side, the parts of ourselves we are told to hide, and sometimes our secret fears.
Oh, wow. So we have Mercury, the planet that wants to speak up, and Lilith, the symbol of the things we usually try to hide.
Yes.
And they are forming a square. And a square is a 90-degree angle in the sky. It is like two cars arriving at an intersection at the exact same time. There is friction, there is tension. It basically forces action.
That is a perfect way to put it. When Mercury and Lilith square off, it creates a tension that literally forces hidden things out into the open.
So you cannot hide anymore.
No. The data shows that Mercury's position means you must communicate your hidden desires in your romantic love life with absolute honesty.
So you cannot just swallow your feelings on Monday to keep the peace. You cannot bite your tongue.
No, you absolutely cannot. If there is something you deeply want in your relationship or, a fear you have been hiding from your partner, the pressure will just build up until you say it.
Okay.
And here is why this matters so much for your work life and those public projects we just talked about.
Yeah, how do those connect?
When you are totally honest about your hidden desires in romance, and you finally say the things you have been holding back, it actually frees up your mind.
Oh, I see. If you are hiding secrets from your partner, or if you are quietly worried about your love life, that worry acts like an app running in the background of your phone.
Yes.
It just silently drains your battery all day long.
That is a perfect comparison. It eats up your mental processing power. But when you speak the truth clearly, you close that background app.
Your battery gets fully charged back up.
Exactly. The mental clutter is swept away. And when your mind is finally clear, you are free to bring your full energy to your public work projects. You can drive the car safely because you finally took the time to look at the map.
That makes a lot of sense. The honesty in private creates the energy for success in public.
Right.
But there is one more very important warning in the data for March 16 regarding money, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Because Lilith stirs up our deep, hidden fears, it can definitely affect our wallets.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The data says you must avoid making any impulsive money choices based on fear.
Because Capricorns really want to feel secure. They hate feeling like they might run out of resources.
Yes, security is everything to an earth sign.
So if Lilith stirs up a hidden fear of poverty or a fear of falling behind everyone else, a Capricorn might just panic.
Exactly. You might suddenly feel a really strong urge to buy something expensive just because you are secretly afraid of missing out.
Or you might want to spend money just to prove to yourself that you are safe and successful.
Right. It is spending to soothe the fear.
So here is how I think you should handle Monday, March 16. I think you should think of it as an audit day.
Oh, explain what you mean by an audit day.
Well, think about when a business does an audit. They sit down and they look at every single receipt, every single dollar that came in, and every single dollar that went out.
Very careful review.
Right. They ask hard questions about where the energy is going. So you need to do a personal audit before you spend your energy or your money on Monday.
That is very smart.
When you hold an item you want to buy, you must pause. You must double check why you want to buy it. Ask yourself, Am I buying this because I truly need it and it served a practical purpose? Or am I buying it because my inner Lilith is whispering that I am not good enough unless I have it?
That is a very grounded, practical way to handle that tense energy.
Thank you.
If you do this hard, honest work on Monday, if you speak your truth in love and you audit your fears about money, you set a really firm foundation. You survive the tension of pulling the slingshot back.
And doing this honest work completely sets the stage for the unexpected, wonderful surprises the stars have planned for the middle of the week.
It really does.
Because when we get to Wednesday, March 18th, the landscape changes entirely.
It is a totally different sky. March 18 is what we call midweek magic.
I love that. Midweek magic.
The tension breaks and the rewards start pouring in.
Lightning strikes and heart expansions. So what exactly is happening up in the sky on the 18th to create all this magic?
Two major things happen in the astrological data on March 18. First, the planet Venus forms a square with lucky, expansive Jupiter.
Okay.
And second, the Sun forms a friendly, helpful angle called a sextile with the planet Uranus.
Okay, let's take these one by one so we don't get lost. Let's start with Venus and Jupiter.
Sure.
Venus is the planet of love, beauty, comfort, and money, right?
Correct.
And Jupiter is the giant planet. It brings luck, and it acts like a massive magnifying glass, making whatever it touches much bigger.
That is exactly what Jupiter does.
So what happens when love and luck mix in a square? Because earlier we said a square is tension.
Usually, yes, a square brings friction. But when the two most positive planets in the sky clash, it is the friction of having too much of a good thing.
Oh, wow. So it is a good tension.
Yes.
Huh.
This alignment brings wonderful abundance and happiness to your home life, and it does it safely. Your heart will absolutely expand.
That sounds amazing.
It is. You will feel so much love that you will want to spoil your partner with beautiful gifts and grand affection.
It is kind of like the feeling of laughing so hard that your stomach actually hurts.
Yes.
It is a tension, but it is a joyful tension.
Exactly. And the data points out that you might even get a totally unexpected money bonus or a wonderful physical gift yourself.
Wow. Because Jupiter brings luck, and Venus rules money and valuable objects.
Exactly. It is a highly favored time for financial gifts. The energy of abundance is basically flowing right into your living room.
That is incredible.
But to get the full picture of this day, we have to look at the Sun and Uranus on that exact same day.
Right. So the sun represents our core identity, our ego, our main battery, basically.
Yes, our main life force.
And Uranus is the wild card of the solar system. It spins on its side. It represents sudden surprises, lightning bolts, revolution, and out-of-the-box thinking.
Yes, very sudden, unpredictable energy.
And they are forming a sextile, which is a 60-degree angle. That is an angle of opportunity. It means the door is unlocked, but you still have to turn the handle yourself.
That is right. When the Sun smiles at Uranus with a sextile, it brings positive, sudden surprises to your creative side.
Okay.
It acts like a literal flash of genius. You might get a brilliant idea that will completely impress your strict bosses at work.
I really love that specific detail. Impress your strict bosses.
Yes.
Because Capricorns respect authority. They respect the hierarchy at work, but they also desperately want to prove how capable they are to the people at the very top.
That is very true for Capricorns.
Yeah.
They want that respect. And Uranus gives you the exact out-of-the-box idea that a strict boss did not see coming, but instantly respects.
That is a huge win.
It is. And the data shows this same Uranus energy will give you a sudden inspiration to change your daily exercise routine for the better.
Really? Okay, let's look at all the pieces on the board for March 18th then.
There is a lot going on.
Yeah, we have unexpected money, making your partner happy, a brilliant idea for the boss, and a sudden urge to work out differently. How do all these very different things tie together into one cohesive story?
Well, if we analyze the connection here, we see a domino effect that basically starts in your living room.
So it all begins at home.
Yes.
Mm.
When you feel secure and happy at home with your partner, when your heart is full and you are not worried about your relationship, your brain changes.
Oh, because you close that background app of worry we talked about on Monday?
Exactly. It stops running that background program of worry, and your brain is suddenly free to daydream, to play, and to invent.
I see.
That new freedom allows you to come up with brilliant ideas that impress the people in charge at your job.
So feeling loved and secure actually makes you a better, smarter employee.
It really does. And the Uranus energy acts exactly like a lightning bolt. It does not hit just one area of your life.
It hits everything.
Yes, it sends a shockwave through your whole system. It hits your career ideas and your physical health habits at the exact same time. You just feel totally alive.
Let me give you a picture of what March 18 feels like.
Please do.
Have you ever put on a heavy winter coat that has been sitting in the back of your closet for months?
Oh, sure.
You reach your hand into the pocket just to smooth it out, and your fingers brush against a piece of paper. You pull it out, and you find a crisp $20 bill.
Oh, that is a fantastic feeling. It feels like free money, even though it was yours all along.
Exactly. Finding that $20 does not change your whole life, obviously, but it completely changes your whole mood.
It totally shifts your mindset.
Right. It puts you in such a good mood that you walk into work with a big smile. You are relaxed. And because you are relaxed, you notice a problem at work, and you accidentally invent a better way to do your job.
Yes, the creative flow.
Your boss sees it, they love it, and they praise you. Then you leave work feeling so proud and full of energy that instead of taking the bus home, you decide to take a new, exciting jogging route through a park you have never even explored before.
All of that happens because of one lucky moment.
Yes, all of that happens because of one unexpected, lucky $20 bill in your coat pocket.
That captures the astrology of March 18 perfectly. One lucky spark starts a chain reaction of success in every single area of your life. The love at home feeds the ideas at work, which then feeds the energy for your body.
So my advice to you, the listener, is to be ready to catch these sudden ideas.
You have to be ready.
Because the astrological data shows these sparks of genius will come out of nowhere, completely safely. Keep a small notepad on your desk. Keep the Notes app open on your phone.
Write it down immediately.
Yes. When you are standing in the shower or making coffee and that lightning bolt from Uranus hits, you need to write that brilliant work idea down before it fades away.
That is very practical advice for a Capricorn. You need to capture the lightning in a bottle.
Absolutely.
Because after the massive excitement and the sudden gifts of Wednesday, well, the planets are going to ask you to slow down again.
Really? Already?
Yeah. They're going to give you a brief, highly important moment to catch your breath and plan your next big move.
And we definitely need to catch our breath after a day of lightning bolts. Which brings us to section 3 of our journey, the turning point, Thursday, March 19.
March 19 brings the new moon in the sign of Pisces.
Okay, let's talk about the moon phases. A new moon happens when the sun and the moon line up in the exact same spot in the sky from our view on Earth, right?
Yes, they conjunct.
The sky goes totally dark. It is the end of the lunar cycle and the very beginning of a brand new one. The slate is wiped clean.
Precisely. In astrology, a new moon is a day entirely focused on setting new goals. It is a day for planting seeds for your future.
Okay.
The sky is dark, so you cannot look outward. You have to look inward.
Well, the astrological data gives us a very specific, pretty heavy list of things you need to do on this Pisces new moon.
It is quite a list.
Yeah, it says you are asked to set new goals for your learning future. You must make a completely new wish for your romantic life. You should reach out and network to expand your professional career goals.
Keep going. There is more.
Right. You need to set brand new targets for your long-term professional income. And finally, you must completely heal your spirit through gentle meditation.
It is a massive list. It
Wow.
sounds like a lot of work for a day of rest, doesn't it?
It sounds exhausting, honestly.
But if we analyze why the new moon in Pisces is asking for all of this, it makes perfect sense.
Okay, break it down for us.
Remember, Pisces is the final sign of the 12 zodiac signs. It represents deep water, emotional healing, and the ending of old cycles.
The very end of the line.
Yes. So a new moon here is the ultimate blank slate. Notice how the list touches every single part of your life. Your love, your money, your work, your education, and your spirit.
But wait, I have a big question here. I really want to push back on this.
Sure. What is your question?
If the day before, Wednesday the 18th, was so incredibly lucky and full of brilliant action and lightning bolts of good ideas, why does the astrological data want us to just stop?
I see what you were saying.
Like, why put the brakes on? If I am on a massive winning streak, I want to keep running with that lucky energy. I don't want to stop and meditate.
That is a very natural reaction. When we feel good, we just want to keep moving. But the new moon is about safety and long-term security.
Okay.
Think about the Capricorn personality.
Huh?
A Capricorn values long-term security above almost anything else. You do not want a quick win that just fades tomorrow. You want an empire that lasts.
That is very true. Capricorns do not want a flash in the pan. They want a steady, solid mountain to stand on. They want a sturdy foundation.
Exactly. And without this specific day of gentle meditation and careful goal setting on the 19th, the wild energy that is coming at the end of the week would simply be too big to handle.
You would just burn out.
You would completely burn. You have to understand what the data means by planting seeds.
Okay, what does it mean?
When you plant a seed in the dirt, you do not expect to eat the fruit that same afternoon. You just need to know what kind of tree you want to grow. You are just deciding what you deeply want.
Oh, I get it. Let me paint a picture for you listening right now. Think of March 19th as the day you draw up the blueprints for a beautiful new house.
Drawing blueprints is a very Capricorn activity. They love structure and planning.
Exactly. On Blueprint Day, you aren't swinging a hammer, you aren't buying paint or carrying heavy lumber around.
No heavy lifting yet?
Right. You were simply sitting at a quiet desk with a pencil, looking at the large paper, and deciding where the windows need to go so the morning light shines into the kitchen perfectly.
That takes vision.
Yes, and you are deciding how thick the walls need to be to keep the cold wind out. That takes quiet. That takes gentle meditation. You absolutely cannot rush the blueprints.
And if you skip drawing the blueprints and you just start nailing boards together because you are so excited from Wednesday's luck, the house will fall down during the very first storm.
Exactly. So March 19th is Blueprint Day. Take advantage of the dark sky of the new moon. Make your wishes. Set your targets.
Figure out what you want your love life and your bank account to look like a year from now.
Write down the big numbers. Dream about the big title at work. Do it quietly.
Because once those blueprints are drawn on Thursday, the cosmos is going to flip a massive switch. The planning stage is officially over.
Oh, yes, it does. This leads us right into Section 4, the weekend shift. Action, clarity, and teamwork. March 20 to March 22.
This is where that slingshot we talked about at the beginning of the hour is finally released.
The snap.
Yes, the tension you held on Monday, the lucky spark you felt on Wednesday, the blueprints you drew on Thursday, all of it comes together right here. The rubber band snaps forward.
Let's break down the timing for the weekend. On Friday, March 20, two major shifts happen in the sky. First, the sun leaves the gentle, watery sign of Pisces and crosses the line into the fiery, loud sign of Aries.
That is a huge energy shift.
Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It is the spark of life. It is the engine starting. And second, the planet Mercury finally stops moving backward and goes direct.
And if that was not enough forward motion, a couple of days later on Sunday, March 22, the planet of action, Mars, forms a beautiful, highly supportive angle called a trine with the planet of luck, Jupiter.
This weekend is absolutely packed with energy. The data says that when the sun enters Aries on Friday, your entire mood shifts outward.
Totally outward.
You will actively seek fun activities with your family. You will want to go on highly social, fun, romantic dates. And you will happily want to focus on completing group tasks with your team at work.
And your intuition regarding money, your gut feeling about what is truly valuable, becomes incredibly sharp and clear.
Which is an amazing feeling. But we really need to talk about Mercury going direct, because for anyone who follows astrology, this feels like a massive sigh of relief.
We really do need to analyze Mercury going direct heavily.
Okay, go for it.
When a planet is in retrograde, well, from our point of view on Earth, it looks like it is moving backward in its orbit.
Right, it is an optical illusion.
Yes, but in astrology, it means the energy of that planet turns inward. It gets all tangled up. Mercury rules communication, travel, technology, and contracts. So for the past few weeks, things in your life might have felt totally foggy.
Yes, the classic Mercury backward problems.
You might have experienced frustrating delays, misunderstandings with people in your local town, emails getting sent to the spam folder mysteriously,
Right.
or important contracts taking forever to get approved by legal teams.
It is so annoying.
Ugh.
But on March 20, the fog lifts. The car is put back into drive.
Yes, forward motion.
The data shows Mercury going direct clears all those local misunderstandings. It ensures perfect understanding between you and your romantic partner without any delay.
Which is a huge relief for your relationship.
Huge. It allows you to finally sign those important professional contracts, and it ensures all delayed checks finally clear your bank account.
That is massive.
Yeah.
Getting paid the money you have been waiting for changes absolutely
It
everything.
really does.
And most importantly, the astrological data states that this shift, the clearing of the fog, relieves your severe mental stress, bringing genuine physical wellness.
Okay, here is where it gets really interesting to me. I want to point out the irony here.
What is that?
It is so funny to think about how you needed quiet time to rest your mind just a few days ago on Monday. You wanted to hide in a quiet corner.
Right, you needed to recover.
But now, by Friday the 20th, the data says you actively need to socialize to restore your natural energy.
It is a 180-degree turn.
It points out how quickly human needs change based on the stars. On Monday, other people totally drained your battery. You have to protect your energy. By Friday, being around people, going on dates, working with a team that is the exact thing charging your battery.
Yes. And if we look closer at the physical wellness aspect, notice how the relief of mental stress is tied directly to the delayed checks clearing and the contracts being signed.
Oh, let's talk about that, the mind-body connection. So you were physically stressed, maybe dealing with headaches, tight shoulders, or trouble sleeping because you were constantly waiting on money and waiting on professional agreements to be finalized.
The stress was literally living in your muscles.
Exactly. But once the money hits your account and the contract is signed in ink, your physical body actually heals. The headache just goes away. You sleep through the night.
Exactly. The astrological data clearly shows how your physical health and your financial security are tied together.
Wow.
For an earth sign like Capricorn, you simply cannot separate them. A threat to your wallet feels like a physical threat to your body. When the wallet is full, the body relaxes.
That makes total sense. And once you are relaxed, rested, and paid, we hit Sunday, March 22, Mars training Jupiter, action shaking hands with luck.
A very powerful day.
The data says this brings massive career luck and a secure financial expansion.
Yes. A trine is a 120-degree angle. It forms a perfect triangle in the sky. It is the most supportive, lucky angle in astrology.
So no friction at all.
None. It means the energy flows without any bumps. Mars is your ambition, your drive, the foot on the gas pedal. Jupiter is the open road, the green lights, the big rewards.
Let me give you an example of what this looks like for you in real life.
I love your examples.
Imagine this is the day when you put the final touches on a big project with your team at work. Because the energy of the Mars-Jupiter trine is so lucky and flowing that one project turns into a long-lasting, secure win for your entire career.
It is a permanent step up.
Exactly. It does not just get a quick round of applause and get forgotten. Your boss is so impressed that they secure your position for years to come. Maybe they offer you a promotion or they put you in charge of an even bigger budget. That is the power of your action meeting major growth.
It is a totally brilliant end to the week. You start by digging deep into your fears on Monday, and you end by conquering the mountain on Sunday.
It is quite a journey.
But navigating all these wild shifts, moving from quiet blueprints to loud teamwork, from planning in the dark to winning in the bright light well, it is much easier when you know exactly who to keep close to you and who you should avoid.
Which is the perfect transition into our final section, the alignment arsenal. This is where we talk about matches, colors, and numbers.
Yes, this is where we break down these specific daily tools you can use to stay grounded during this very fast-paced week. Let us look at the people around you first.
Let's start with the best news. The astrological data is very clear. Your absolute best match for this highly wonderful week is Taurus.
I strongly agree with analyzing Taurus as the perfect match right now. Taurus is an earth sign, just like you, Capricorn.
So you share the exact same practical, grounded approach to daily life. You basically both speak the same language.
Yes. You both understand how to work hard, and you both place a huge value on security and stability. You don't like sudden, chaotic messes.
Right. Think about Friday, when the sun enters that loud, fast fire sign of Aries. You might feel a little rushed or pushed by all the fast energy in the air.
It can be overwhelming.
But Taurus will be the perfect, supportive partner to help you slow down. They help you enjoy simple, beautiful fun safely, a good meal, a nice quiet walk.
They completely thrive with you during that lucky Mars and Jupiter connection on Sunday, too.
The data says they make your shared practical goals incredibly successful. If you are building a business or saving for a house, a Taurus is the perfect teammate right now.
And they understand your deep need for physical comfort. After a week of such intense mental and emotional shifting, they know exactly how to provide the loyal, steady affection you deeply crave.
I think of having a Taurus around this week like wrapping yourself in a warm, heavy-weighted blanket on a chilly night.
Oh, that is perfect.
It is exactly the weight and the warmth you need to feel safe and secure. It calms your nervous system down instantly.
That is a perfect picture of Taurus energy. They ground you entirely.
Now, on the opposite side of things, we have your worst match for the week. And the data says you should absolutely avoid Leo.
Yes. We must heavily analyze the clash with Leo here. Leo is a fire sign, ruled by the sun.
Okay.
During this fast-paced week, finding any common ground with the Leo will be almost impossible. You will just completely frustrate each other.
Why is that? What exactly causes the friction?
Well, think about when the sun enters Aries on Friday.
Hmm.
You deeply desire quiet, peaceful work to get your tasks done. You want to focus on the details.
Right, the blueprints.
But Leo.
Hmm.
Leo wants loud travel. They want to be bold. They want to boldly conquer the wide social world and be the center of attention. Their unpredictable, restless energy will totally frustrate your need for calm stability.
Oh, that sounds so exhausting if you were trying to concentrate on your work.
It is. And it gets worse on Wednesday, March 18, during that midweek magic we talked about. Remember when Venus squares Jupiter, bringing you luck and love at home?
Yes, the day you feel a massive urge to spoil your partner and just enjoy your living room?
Well, for a Leo, that exact same intense planetary energy triggers a totally different reaction. It triggers massive, unnecessary arguments.
Wait, really? Why?
Because Leo will act completely recklessly, spending wild amounts of energy and money to show off, while you demand strict caution and practicality. Their loud, unpredictable moods will deeply disturb your peace.
Wow. Okay, so if Taurus is the warm, heavy-weighted blanket while you rest, Leo is like someone deciding to vacuum the living room very loudly, banging the vacuum into the furniture while you are trying to take a nap on the couch.
That is exactly it. It is best to avoid their heavy, exhausting, wild energy entirely right now. Just stay away from that vacuum cleaner.
Good advice. And to help you stay as grounded as a Taurus, the data suggests you use the color of the week, which is brown.
A very grounding color.
Specifically, if you use digital colors for your branding or your website, it's color code hashtag A52A2A.
Brown is the ultimate color of the earth. It represents stable ground, strong tree trunks, dirt that grows food, and safety.
It reminds your brain that you are rooted no matter how fast the week moves around you.
Exactly.
I advise you to wear the color brown to stay grounded, especially on your best, luckiest dates. The data says your best dates this week are Monday, March 16th, the audit day where you face your feels,
And Wednesday, March 18th, the $20 bill magic day.
and Saturday, March 21, the highly social weekend day.
Wearing brown on those specific days will lock in that wonderful energy and keep your feet on the floor safely.
And we absolutely cannot forget your lucky numbers. The data gives us 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60.
Do you notice the pattern in those numbers?
I definitely do. They are all multiples of 10. They are all perfectly round numbers. There are no messy fractions or random digits at all.
Very clean numbers.
I think you should look out for round numbers this week as a clear sign of good luck coming your way. If your grocery bill comes out to exactly $40.00, or you look at the clock and it is exactly 10 o'clock sharp, take that as a secure sign that you are on the right path.
It is a sign of structure and order. And Capricorns absolutely love order. It means the universe is organized in your favor.
Exactly. Well, we have pulled back the slingshot and faced our hidden fears on Monday. We found the lucky $20 and caught the lightning bolt of inspiration on Wednesday. We drew the blueprints for the future in the dark on Thursday. And we released the slingshot into a massively successful, highly social weekend.
We really covered a lot of ground today.
We did. But before we go, we want to leave you with one final thought.
Yes. Since your money intuition will be perfectly clear by the time the weekend shift happens, I want you to ask yourself a question.
What is the question?
What is one hidden talent you have right now? Something you do easily that you haven't taken seriously that you could turn into a secure financial goal. I want you to really think about how you can use the massive career luck of the March 22 Mars and Jupiter connection to build something practical that lasts forever. Don't just take the win for today. Build the empire for tomorrow.
That is an amazing question to think about while you wear your brown colors and hang out with your favorite Taurus. Thank you so much to you, the listener, for spending your valuable time listening to the episode on Horoscope TV today. We deeply appreciate you being part of this conversation.
We truly do. Good luck this week.
And if you loved analyzing this custom data with us, please subscribe so you can get notified the exact moment the next episode is available. See you next week.